Hello, everyone, and welcome in. We're here for our fourth and final round on Championship Sunday. We're at Vista del Camino, ready to get to the action. And of course, your leader is Ohn Scoggins right now. She's really taken control. Natalie Ryan currently sitting in second place. Jennifer Allen has pushed her way onto the lead card. And Anniken Steen is also going to be here yet again. Like I said, it's Championship Sunday. And of course, we've got to bring in the pro commentator. I don't know what you're talking about, but we've got Jamie Spencer here on the mic again. You guys all demanded it, and I listen to you sometimes. So we've got Jamie, and what are they trying to do on one, Jamie?
Well, you got a triple Mando here. The grass has actually dried out a lot since yesterday, so you actually have a more play on the ground, but you want to stay away from that OB line on the left-hand side and deep at the basket.
Yeah, we find OBs off to the left and deep, as you were just saying, past that wall. These are some changes that were made back at the Shelly Sharpe, and they were fully implemented here for the memorial. Ohn comes in with a 7-stroke lead.
Oh, so it was a little low, but man, did it get some play off the ground. Did you see that skip? And I think, is it under the basket?
It's pretty close.
Oh, my
Great
goodness.
shot by Ohn. I don't think she was expecting that after being so low.
That's
Natalie
looking
Ryan is second.
right down the middle. And a little long, maybe, past the basket to the left.
Of a putt. Now Jen Allen, who had one of the best rounds during round number 3 on moving day.
Ooh, it was close, but she got it. And they're making this look easy.
They certainly are.
It's so easy to bounce right over that flag line, especially if there's a headwind going on. You just see people throw mid-ranges on this, and it just pops right over the top. Even right there's a little bit of lift. I don't think she was probably trying to go for, but at the same time, she's now by the basket like everybody else.
She'll have a birdie look as well. So 4 great drives. Ohn is going to be farthest out with this.
The sound we all hate to hear.
And one Ohn rarely hears, in fact,
Right.
because of her stellar putting. Almost the exact same distance here for Anniken.
Yeah, it's a nice putt.
Great way to start. And Natalie did check up just short of the OB wall, so she'll have this look for her birdie. And just off. And I was just thinking a moment ago, how peaceful. You hear the birds chirping?
Yeah, it's just calm. And whereas at the tee pad, they actually are playing classical music, which some people were complaining about, but I actually thought it was quite nice. I mean, I was like, oh, this makes me feel really calm right now.
Zen action and no rowdiness taking place over on the Duke's patio. I don't know what's going on. It doesn't even feel like we're in Arizona at this
Oh,
point.
that was early. They hadn't started yet.
Okay. And Jen is in for birdie, so off to a great start as well. There were just 2 birdies in today's round out of our entire division that was trimmed down to Championship Sunday, and you just watched both of them. Jen and Anniken.
It is super peaceful.
It
Just the
feels
birds
like
chirping in the background.
I don't know how, after all of these days, how in the world we're finding a little bit of peace. I'm not sure, but we're here on hole 2, and this one got pushed back also from the Shelly Sharpe, or at the Shelly Sharpe, right?
Oh,
Makes
my gosh,
it almost ungettable.
I would say definitely for the females. When I've seen some big throws from the guys today, and I'm just like, man, I wish I could do that. But you're looking at trying to get a clean drive as far down the fairway you can. You want to be a little bit left. You don't want to be playing with the trees on the right-hand side because it can't interfere with your approach disc. And Jen just crushes it out there. She might even be past that pine tree looking at a clean up to the basket.
That's a great call. I feel like if you're going to miss anywhere or aim anywhere for that matter, you want to be more left than right because of those trees that can come into play. You see 3 of them ultimately. And Anniken's going to be dealing with at least one of them.
Yeah, she'll have that hill coming into play, plus that low-hanging branches from that pine tree. Those can really mess, maybe get in your head a little bit when it comes to your up shot because you don't want to hit them.
And that's the exact same problem we're going to see from Ohn over on that far right side.
That's looking clean.
I like the line, but it
Oh.
just has to be lower. A foot
That
lower.
tree.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Owen's got that shot all day long. And she wouldn't have to putt that. She's going to tap that in. But there's those low-hanging trees right there. You're going to have to get low to get through there. And, it's a little bit, it's not comfortable to be down on there.
No, and
Underneath.
you're on the hillside and then still trying to make sure you throw a nice low shot. I like the fact that she's getting down to a knee to execute the shot. And she goes a little deep with it.
Yeah, so there's a ton of play right there at that basket. It's dry, a little dirt, and then the grass is cut pretty short, and it just really dried out today. So you're getting more play on the ground than you think you're going to get.
And Natalie, not much option other than just pitching it up next to the pin. So Jen's going to have a look, like you said, from that left side.
Wow. Oh, my goodness. What a bid. Ah.
Solid from way deep in circle 2.
Man, that was a heck of a drive to get that far down there. I mean, you can't really appreciate it unless you're standing there throwing that hole. That is far away.
Yeah, and I can't say it enough as I was thinking about it, is that you really need to push left. If you want any chance at a long birdie bid or to be able to see the basket and just make your approach easier for that matter, I think the lesson we just learned is you want to be to the left of the trees.
Yep, exactly.
There's no advantage being off to the right. But nonetheless, we're going to see everybody pick up a par. In fact, every woman in the division parred hole number 2 today.
Wow.
Now we head over to hole number 3. Feels like a little bit similar to the previous hole, doesn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. If you want to throw something stable, you have to stay right at that first tree in the middle of the fairway. Otherwise, if you're going to do some kind of a flex shot, have it turn to the right, you're going to want to almost aim almost to the next tee pad and let it just work its way down there. It's a pretty far shot, so you're just looking to get past that little ditch by the gunite. If you've got the distance, that is.
I love the angle for Jen. And it comes up just short, but that'll still give her a good look at the basket.
Yep.
Same thing, bailout zone definitely on the left side. If you want to be anywhere, it's to the left to keep that tree out of play.
Wow, that looks really good too.
So
Oh,
smooth.
wow. 2 great shots right off the bat. Get around it. And it's not going to come back quite fast enough, but she'll still have a shot from there. Just a nice, smooth little upshot, and you'll still take your par on this.
We're going to see Natalie bust out the lefty shot now. We've seen the first 2 drives were right-handed. Now going with the lefty hyzer.
Oh, is that? I lost it, but it was left of that pine tree. I'm not sure. Oh, there it is. It's coming back. That's pretty far down there.
It is. Not really in a good position, but should be able to get up and down from there. Ohn, like you said, just a nice, smooth little approach. Should make easy work of picking up a par.
Wow. That was a big bid. I can't tell quite how far away that is, but
Probably in the 75-foot range, I would say, as Jen's got a look as well, right off the front of the cage. So that's going to be easy tap-in 3 for her.
and again, another elevated basket there. So you are further out, having to pitch it even higher up in the air to get there. There she go. Birdie. Nice shot.
Yeah, she doubles the birdie count on the day. Violet Main, the only other woman to pick up a birdie here on hole number 3 today.
Nice.
Knowing the overall skill set that we see from Ohn, you have to be thinking most people are just trying to maintain or find themselves a spot on the podium, kind of battling it out for that second place. Anything can happen, clearly, but Ohn isn't exactly one to crumble and start throwing away strokes.
No.
So it feels right now as if this is really a race to second and third.
Yeah, I could see that.
Lefty drive, righty putt, lefty tap in.
Huh. I didn't notice the left on the last part there. Was it left-handed?
Yeah, just a little.
Oh, wow.
She often taps in left-handed from short range as well. So we head over to hole 4. This is a very difficult get at 381 feet. Most women are coming in just inside that pine tree we're passing right now. usually a low shot that hopefully is skipping around that spot, but you need it to skip forward because if it skips off to the left, you can find out of bounds.
Or get stuck underneath that tree in general, and then you just have a really hard upshot. Ooh, and that's... Oh, she got it. Ooh, that was close.
Yeah, yesterday she had grip locked it, pulled it hard left, and went out of bounds. Today makes the correction, and she'll have a look for birdie. This hole is yet to get birdied so far today. We'll see if our lead card can change that. And that is definitely the powerhouse route, out and around that tree.
Oh, a little low. And yeah, it died out on her.
It feels as if anytime Ohn makes a mistake off the tee, it's low. Whether that's with her forehand or with her backhand, her tendency is to throw it too low.
That pine tree, man, it will not forgive. You hit it, it drops you.
That is just the one tree to beat. So Ohn just trying to throw a little pitch around.
Oh, that actually stopped pretty quiet. That's good. A lot of times you get that bad skip and play right at the basket, so that actually settled quite nice. That'll be a tap from there.
And from the tee shot, I thought Anniken was actually even closer than this. She'll have a bit at birdie and just off the front of the cage.
Wow, Gen 2, same kind of thing. What great drives. Those are great, great shots. Oh, gosh.
Both of them about 6 inches low.
Oh, that's when you grit your teeth and you just kind of like make little fists and you're like, what else can I do?
Ohn will tap in for the par, and it looks like we're going to see a par frame among all of our women. In fact, every single woman in the entire field, I don't know if this has ever been done before, every single woman took a par.
Huh.
Out of all 10 of our competitors. And we're going to roll on to the next hole with a little bit of Zuka action. And so cool to see Zuka not only supporting disc golf, of course, and very involved, but they're also involved in bags and pickleball and you name it. And I know they have some signature bags that you just saw from those 4 competitors. As we look at hole 5, you got to split the uprights, a double Mando. And this one feels like it's not really worth the risk, I think, to get too aggressive. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, I would agree with that. The biggest thing you do, I think a great drive just putting you right in front of that. And then if you've got a huge putt, then yeah, run the putt. Otherwise, I'm happy with taking a 3 on this. So I would just say get down there, avoid the Mandos, just stay down the fairway, look at that second shot and tap for 3, get your birdie.
This flips up nicely. Ooh. Jen's worried about going too deep.
That's pretty tight to the left there. So it's going to be a hard way to get around that Mando. So it's kind of a bummer. I don't think she's happy with that. That's looking good. If it comes back, she'll still have a look. It's good.
Okay, I guess what I was picking up what she's putting down there. I'll say I feel like that's just an overall general statement for Ohn. Anytime she makes a mistake off the tee, she's just releasing low. That seems to be her common error if she makes any. She always makes up for it on the green though. Anniken, this sets up perfectly fine to split the uprights, and that looks like it should be a tap-in birdie.
That's great. That's about what, 25, 30 out, and 25 out maybe most, max, at max?
Very much within Ohn's range. Then again, I think anytime she has a putter in her hand, she's within
Within
range.
range.
And you called it. This very tight angle playing to the Mando. And she contemplated a few different stances before finally settling on that one, but that was a good solid pitch up to the pin.
Yeah.
And like you said, just walk away with a stress-free birdie 3 here. No need in getting aggressive for an eagle bid.
Nice. As we saw, though, a couple of ladies there, they could actually be looking at an eagle. You know, they just get that drive just perfect. They're there.
Totally agree with that, but looks like we're going to have a star frame. And I know I just said the entire field parred hole 4, all 10 women. All 10 women in the entire field today birdied hole 5.
Nice.
So I think that's what we call a must-get birdie
Yeah.
at that point when you hear people talking about it. And if you're talking about getting your dog taken care of, head on over to thedistinguisheddoodle.com. Use the code DiscGolfGuy, 20% off. I heard they were giving out samples on the course today.
Really?
So, I mean, you can get 20% off, or you could show up on the course on the right day. But either way, we've got the par 5, hole number 6. Danger everywhere on this hole, and starts off with trying to get a big drive to set yourself up for even a second shot.
Oh, yeah. You just got to avoid some of those trees. And then she's actually hit it right to that OB line. So I'm not sure how close she is to it, but she hit that tree.
Checks
So-
up. She's going to be safe.
All right, cool.
Now, you're right, though. Definitely flirting with it. And Jen takes the exact opposite approach, going big hyzer. And
That's putting her out in the open. It's going to be a great next shot. Because, again, if you land behind one of those trees, it really forces you into something you don't want to do. So it's just nice to get as far as you can and just stay away from the trees and those OB lines. It sounds simple, but it's really not.
well, I was just going to say, with Jen and where she is, what that does is it gives her every option. She can go hyzer. She could, if she had a forehand, she could go forehand. She just put herself in a really optimal place. And that is flexing back out, and
Oh,
that's
yeah.
actually going to go over into 14's fairway, so out of bounds here for Natalie off the tee. And
she's
you were just
against that
talking
tree.
about
Yeah.
those trees.
I highly doubt that that's what she wants her second drive to be. So now she's just being forced to put herself in a situation just to get as much distance, stay in bounds, and stay away from the next tree in the fairway.
Yeah, without having a run up when you're talking about a 700-foot hole, not having a run up on your second shot, certainly not to your advantage. Ohn. Looks like she'll be pushing over to left side of fairway, but checking up safe.
Nice.
That'll work out just fine.
She's like, but she said, I'm safe.
Again, Ohn should just really be doing commentary if we mic her up long enough.
She's funny.
Jen, like I said, plenty of options over here. And that big drive comes down pretty
Wow.
much center fairway. That might be a long eagle bid, depending if she has a low-hanging branch or two in her way. Natalie puts a move on it, but that's going to hyzer out as well.
Yeah. I was going to say, that's going to sneak up really quickly on you, that OB line that comes off on the back end and all the way down the left-hand side. And with the height of that, that was definitely a threat that you had to deal with. That's also high. And we do have OB on the right-hand side of the fairway, too. But that doesn't look like it's going to be a problem.
May even have a long look at birdie. Here's Ohn with her third.
Looking for that ground play, and I couldn't quite see if she got it or not, but we did have a lot of that out there today.
Yeah, skipper 2 should put her at least in range for a putt. We'll see if she can capitalize. Jens just has a jumper after 2, and that should give her a good look for the birdie.
Just shy, and that was her relief from the OB line, right?
Yeah, that's double OBs here on this par 5. Anniken pitching up right next to the basket.
I can't tell if that pine tree is in Own's way or not, but it very well could be.
Yeah, she ultimately just kind of pitched up, and it seemed like there was some confusion about who's going next. She pitched up next to the basket. Jen, however, makes the birdie putt. And Maria Oliva, the only other woman to birdie hole number 6 today. So Jen and Maria in a league of their own on this par 5. And that will be a tap-in bogey. So through 4 times, but 2 penalty strokes.
Right.
I'm going to walk away with a 6.
That can so easily happen on that hole, too, especially if a lot of wind is happening. That hole gets a lot of wind normally. I will say, I feel like it was pretty quiet today. Not a lot of wind that was just forcing your disc over.
Yeah, and I'll echo that and say I feel like this weekend we were quite blessed. Yes, we had some chilly temperatures in the early goings as the Ohn fan club roars on and Justin rolling the Zuka. But pretty calm conditions throughout the weekend as we head over to hole number 7. 645 feet. What's your play here?
Oh man, anything but what I did. So, so this one, they have this little island on the back. You see right there. You have to land in that, but you can't be across the sidewalk. So if you cross the sidewalk, you have to be in the island. So you're looking to get a great drive. Put yourself out in the middle where you can have a nice upshot either to the front of the green before you go for the island, or like with someone like Jen who's got the arm power, she might do 2 drives. One to get as far down there, the second one with some stability just to crash in the island and then take a 3 if you can.
Certainly an eagle opportunity for some of our bigger arms.
And she's pretty far down. She could look at something there.
She definitely could go after the pin, I feel like, on that second shot. I mean, you think about the hole that comes in at 645 feet. That's, 2 drives at 325 apiece. Doable for most of the women here in our field.
Get out of those trees. Okay, we're good. You definitely don't want to be in line with those trees because, again, you're going to find yourself in a situation where it's not going to be a full drive that you want to get to the next point. And there is a mando tree. I don't know if we saw that on the camera, but there is a mando tree. To go to the island, you have to be right of that mando tree.
Yeah, late Mando's off on that left side, trying to really just keep people away from throwing out over the road or letting the road really come into play at all. And that nicks one of the low-hanging branches and still center fairway, but that will kind of force her hand to lay up likely short of the sidewalk that we were talking about.
Which is really the only play you have from that far back. A little tight in the left. Oh,
and it looked like she might have been fully going for it, but I think she stopped short and looks like that checked up just short of the sidewalk. And Anniken with the backhand shots here, just kind of chipping away here.
And nothing wrong with that. It's playing it safe and smart because if you push it, I've seen a lot of people miss that island.
If you're on an island, what's the song on your playlist that you must hear while you're out on an island?
When I'm out on an island, I mean, well, wouldn't it be like Margaritaville or something?
That seems like an obvious choice. I mean, if you want to be basic. But I mean,
is that basic?
I mean, predictable.
It's pretty common. Okay, predictable. I'll take that. I'll take.
All right. Well, that's what I need to know in the comments. Then,
or just
everyone.
Amazing.
Amazing.
It could just be that. Hey, you know what? She's right on.
Okay.
Who doesn't want a margarita with
you can go with that.
toes in the sand?
All right. So that's what I need to know in the comments, though. Tell me if you have anything else besides, I don't know, Margaritaville or something of that nature. But let me know in the comments if you're on an island. Let's just assume you're vacationing, as most people are doing. That's what I need to know. As Own's trying to throw that one in from back on the mainland.
Now I can't stop thinking about a better song. Oh my gosh.
Well, you have till hole 9 to change your answer.
All right, I'm going to be thinking about it. Don't ask me any math questions.
Jen doing some trigonometry or geometry or something. She's got out the Bushnell. And even though those do most of the work for you, I know they give you both elevation as well as distance. and they can do meters and feet. So certainly a great tool out there. I don't know if she's going to bust out a compass or a protractor, though. When's the last time you used one of those?
It's been a long time.
All right, so Anniken doesn't draw metal, and that's been pretty rare. We've seen her all but deadly with her putter.
Yeah. It's a pretty high basket on this one, too. So you've got the elevation. You're already trying to just walk away with the best score you can on this hole, and it is not an easy hole in my mind. But I think it can get in your head a little bit, trying to pitch up. There was a little bit of play with wind on this one. You can't really see it, but there was random little gusts about every 30 seconds or so. Not a big gust, but enough to get in your head for an elevated basket putt anyway.
And I think that's exactly what these elevated baskets do. They add just one more element of challenge out here, and you're certainly not used to seeing them. You have quite a few of them out on this particular course, exposing the nose of the disc or the underside of the disc. There's so much that can go wrong, and then rollaway potentials are that much greater.
Oh, this is hurting my soul a little bit.
More than Ohn's, apparently, as she laughs it off. That was her birdie luck. I think my goal by next year, I talked about this at the Shelly Sharpe, is to buy that property in the background. I'm going to create some stadium seating, offer up some VIP options back there, have some margaritas maybe served
With your
up.
tree trimming services?
Yeah.
With your tree trimmer?
That's my side business. Yeah, it's gonna help pay for all that.
Get some chimichangas.
Talking lawn care out there.
And then also on that moment it was windy. I'm like,
Ohn, always the most amusing in the group as we head over to hole number 8. And what a beautiful hole this is.
Sorry. You say beautiful, I think of a beautiful way to lose your disc.
Okay. It's all about perspective. Granted, I wasn't throwing over it this weekend.
Yeah,
you were.
No, I don't. I do not
Okay.
throw over it. I actually take the easy route to the right. So I take a really stable driver, and I throw to the right of it, lay up, just take my 3, walk away if I can. Otherwise, you're throwing over this water, and man, if the wind comes in and just sneaks up on you, your disc is gone. But you have to get it just right. I feel like there's like a touch thing. There's a very much touch to this shot. And it looks like she has it. But the skip, are we going to get a... not bad.
That will
Not
check
bad at all.
up. Yeah, great shot by Anniken.
Someday, I'll do that.
I'd love to see the forehand chop coming here from Ohn. Oh, sticks it on the... Oh,
Come
no.
on back. Oh, where'd it go? Oh,
no.
not the red flag.
Yeah, out of bounds. So she does get to take it from there. That's where she was last in bounds.
Ooh, this looks good.
Oh, they're calling for the one
The
time.
one time.
Yesterday in round number 3, spoiler, you should have seen that Natalie chained out for ace here.
Oh, wow.
It looked very similar to what we just saw from Jen. She chained out.
This is not going to come back fast enough, but it's going to be good. A little long, but good.
Not quite the park job she had yesterday, but like you said, she'll still have a look for birdie. Ohn now has this look to save her par.
I find it difficult to go from an elevated basket to such a short basket.
Yeah, this
I don't
one
know
feels almost recessed a little, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. It seems so low to the ground, but I don't know if it's just because you're putting so high in the last hole, but it does get in your head a little bit.
And then you're throwing from elevation down. Yeah, no, this basket I feel like sits a few inches lower than most regular mounted baskets, so it does come into play for sure. Anniken's looking at a par and will remain at 3 under for the round.
And you can see in Jen's shirt there, you can see the wind hitting her shirt. So you can't see anywhere else, but there is wind in play.
She doesn't read it right because that is a missed birdie opportunity that I'm sure she'd like back. Ohn now to save her bogey.
They're still smiling and laughing.
Of course. Today, smiling and laughing. It looks like hole 8 is smiling and laughing. No birdies given up on hole 8 today. And the quick tap in. They're going to move over to hole number 9. We're going to start to wrap up this front 9. And Ohn still seems in control. Nice, healthy lead.
Is that a mid-range? If she just threw a mid-range as far as I threw a driver, I'd tell you what.
She's smooth. I mean, there's just no arguing with what she's doing out there. She has a mixed bag, intentionally not committed to any one manufacturer, so she's still carrying a mixed guru bag out there.
As you see a little bike tour in the background. There's a little bike tour right there.
Yeah, I think we just saw them rolling through on hole 8 a moment ago as well.
Now this hole is slightly trickier than you think. So all those trees have pretty low hanging branches, and there is usually a little bit of a left to right wind. So if you hug it too tight to the trees on the left, you could hit one, obviously. Or you could fade early if you hang out to the right and just hit one when it's coming back. So, yeah, I've seen a lot of both happen. I've seen some great shots get all the way to the circle. I've seen a lot of them hit a tree early. Oh, are you kidding me?
Don't want to lay up, you know? Want to make it.
There's no
Don't we
laying up.
all? Don't we all? That's awesome.
Yeah, she just wants to make it. No big deal. Trying to put the beat down on the rest of the division.
Oh, gosh.
I tried to be cooler than
Wow.
That's a tall task. To be cooler than Ohn,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's possible.
I don't think so.
If somebody figures it out, let us know.
Don't want problems.
And Anniken doesn't want problems. And
There
this
we
is what
go.
we're looking for, a couple of tap-ins for par. Natalie is right next to the basket for the birdie. And as we're going to close it out, I'm going to thank you, Jamie, for joining me again here in this front 9. Got an exciting back 9 coming to you guys. This is the 4th and final round at the 2023 Memorial Championship presented by Discraft. Thank you guys. Like, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. Thank you to all my Patreon supporters and also all the volunteers and staff and crew out there making this event possible. I appreciate it. For Jamie, I'm the Disc Golf Guy, and we'll see you in the back 9.